welcome to another edition of Sit Down at Uptown, man. It's Sit Down at Uptown. We chop it up with our comedians, man, who come rock Uptown Comedy Corner. I'm your host and owner of Uptown Comedy Corner, Angelo Sykes. And we got a special guest tonight. You know what I mean? It feels like welcome back Carter in the building. You know what I mean? We're going to call it welcome back Rodman, man. Rodman is back in the building.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good, brother?
Oh, you got it. You know, we go back, I wouldn't say day one, but probably day 7 or
Day
something.
7.
Yeah. So good to see you, man.
And the same,
yeah,
man.
you went in ownership seat when I started met you. Yeah,
Right.
So evolution.
Evolution.
It's good. Evolution.
Yeah.
See, people think you got to grow up. You just got to evolve.
That's all it is,
That's
man.
all it is.
That's all it is.
Congratulations on it.
I appreciate
and the
that,
beautiful
brother.
facility you got going here, man.
Thank you,
So
man.
I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. Good to
Okay.
have you here,
Yes,
brother.
sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. So, Rob, man, I always like to take trips backwards, man, on these interviews, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we like to go way
Back
back.
down memory lane.
There it is,
I seen
man.
the Amazon. Okay. Okay.
So tell us about originally from your tell us about your childhood, man. What it was like as a kid for you. What was growing up like for you?
Growing up, I remember moving a lot. My mom was a single mom, 4 children, 3 boys. I'm the third boy.
Okay.
1 girl. So I was born in Villa Rica, Georgia, Carroll County. Shout out West Georgia. Yes,
That's
I was
right.
born there, but then we moved when I was about 3 to Atlanta. So grew up mostly Southwest. We moved a few times around. Then got back to high school. We moved to Douglasville, Georgia. But I ended up going back to high school in Villa Rica. So I graduated high school, Villa Rica.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been it's kind of full circle for me. So I got that Wildcat blood in me.
The Wildcat blood in you.
Yeah, that Wildcat blood is in me.
How
but,
about that?
Yeah.
When's the last time you been down there?
I'm down now. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I just moved back to the city to the first year. I have the key to the city.
Okay.
So I'm good there. You good? If anybody come, you good. Right, man? Yeah. So I'm that guy on that side. But it's always been a good community. People show love, and I've always gotten love for the comedy side. But just growing up was, I guess I would say I was a funny, inquisitive kid.
Okay.
Always curious. You know, I was always a question asker. I'm gonna ask you some questions. So just like you asking me questions, I'm gonna ask you some questions too.
Right.
Yeah. So I've always wanted to know. My mom's situation and how, what kind of relationship with your father. Because my father was in my life briefly,
Okay.
but I would say I was an outside baby.
Okay.
Everybody understand that.
It's real.
Right. So you don't know that when you're young. It's like, oh, I'm an outside baby.
Right.
Yeah, so you got a whole nother thing going on over there. But yeah, but I know my brothers and siblings on that side now.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's those kind of things. So
Gotcha.
so that's where I guess you get your comedy gene, because you have to laugh at the different things along the way and find the humor in it. But
Right.
the realism of those things, you say, oh, okay, that's what that was. That's why he couldn't really spend the time,
Right.
because he got other responsibilities. And my mama was, and she say that was, an item. But
Okay.
if you already got an item, then it's hard to be the item.
Right.
So, but we didn't have those names for those.
Back then.
Back
right?
then, it wasn't those, oh, that's my side. You didn't have all that. But as I got older, like, Mama, you was a side chick. You didn't even tell us that. But yeah, so she had some studies, but
Right.
mostly side.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we went in the meat.
Gotcha.
We was the greens and potato salad, yams. You want the meat, Mama?
Want the meat, mama.
Gotta get the meat.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Then we'll add the sides. But
Right,
yeah.
right,
So
right.
that was
Okay.
and that was with all of my siblings. So so those things along the way. But that's where the I guess that's where the comedy got. And my mom was a funny. So
Really?
But never. I had my stepdaddy Frank. That was my sister daddy.
Okay.
So he was a male figure. I had another stepdaddy, but Frank probably was who didn't have. He loved my mama.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted, but then she didn't like him like that.
Okay.
And like, Mama, that's the one. We need to keep him. So that's usually what happens. So that those are things. So my relationship with my mom is beautiful, but and she's older now. But I used to always tell her, Mom, you could have made a few better. You had some change. She had a dude named Joe. I said, that's the one, Mama. He's gonna help you raise us. I'm your mama and your daddy. Right. No, you're not.
Right.
Can't be both of them. But yeah, so those things. So yeah, you get that.
Okay. So did you play sports in school?
Oh yeah.
What'd you do?
I was football.
Okay.
Basketball and baseball all through Little League. Then I got to high school, mostly basketball, and I played my senior year football because them white boys down in Billy River was huge. And I hadn't hit my growth spurt yet. I was some big ass white boy.
Yeah.
But I we had the first black coach in the history in basketball that came to Billy River, and he was like a mentor to me. And Jesse Bonner, shout out Jesse Bonner.
That's what's up.
And so I concentrated more on basketball for the relationship with him. And then I went back to football in my senior year, and we almost went to the state championship game, but punter, the punt returner, dropped the ball down in Columbus, Georgia. Kendrick dropped the ball, fumble. I ain't gonna call his name, Michael Lowe. Dropped the ball, and they picked it up and scored, and we lost 7-0 down in Columbus, Georgia. Yeah, we went to state the next game. Yeah, so yeah, we had a great team that year. Kendrick up Columbus.
Yeah, I'm familiar. One guy played West Georgia with the Kendrick.
Okay, so yeah. But it was we had a good team. We should
remember those memories still stick, don't they, man?
Yeah, like we had that game, man. We had that game. Yeah. Pop Johnson was our star quarterback. So he before they had run and pass options, Pop Johnson was a run and pass option at all times, a threat at all times on the edges. So yeah, man. That was a good year. Good squad. So I always sports. I would say fanatic, but I love sports. You know, we all that was our first dream. You know, I'm gonna go to the league. Or go, and then you like, oh, you gotta. I ain't growing like that. I gotta. Right. There's a whole nother commitment to that thing right there. So yeah, but no. And brothers, my brother right before me, he played. He coaching now. Actually, he's the head basketball coach, Billy Ricker Middle School.
Oh wow.
So yeah, military guy. Cool. So me and him was always competitive. Okay. Going there, you can't, and he called me Blue. Can't get me Blue. So that my goal was always to beat him or be, and I knew I was good if I can beat him. So, gotcha. So that was the thing. And my older brother, he didn't play. He was more trying to run the streets and be the next somebody. But that didn't work out. No.
So was there a racial component in Villa Rica back in that time?
I think, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's still small town, Georgia, but growing at a rapid pace. But, I think you still going to always deal with. I think in the South, period, you always is a racial element in the country. Because I was on the West Coast for a while. It ain't just black and white, though. So we raise more black and white. You see that in the South. But if you go other places, it's other ethnicities, but it's always an underlining because people have their culture and how they was raised, and you don't know that until you meet them. And he said, "Oh, okay, they feel this way just because as they say, you got to have the right complexion for the collection."
How about that?
Right, right. So you learn that along the way. Yeah. So you like, oh, but no, it's always been a element. But I've seen the changes over the years, but they just fired the city manager down there. They had an eminent domain. He was trying to take black people properties, and build a road through what black people been for years. But then black people like, whoa. Okay, good. Not offering nothing for the home. They're like, we just need this road. And he tried to claim eminent domain, but they're like, no, that's not eminent domain. You don't even need this. It's just you took a check. Wow. And now yeah, so that was a big thing that been going on, and it actually my wife's mother, they family home, that was one of the homes they was trying to get. Oh, wow. So black people rose up. That I know. If we ever do things together, we are unstoppable force. And they like, Mr. Barber, we gonna have to dismiss you this week because black folk got up at the city council meeting because you got to go to the meetings. That's where they be planning stuff. Exactly. And you don't know till they knock on the door and say, we need to get this. And then once they start showing up, like, we ain't going nowhere. Then they say, well, your ass got to go. Yeah. So that was a racial element, though, because he just called himself, I'm going to take it. Wow. And that's, some whites have that attitude. I'm just going to take it. Yeah. And if you ever say, no, you ain't gonna take it now,
Yeah.
they won't take it. But if you just let them take it, they will take it.
But they stuck together.
They
That's why-
stuck together,
that's why
joined
they didn't take
hands.
it.
You like not
Yeah.
gonna get this, and they say, well, you got to go because, and the mayor of the city said it's not worth the backlash from the community because I got to live here too. So he was an outside guy, didn't know because
Gotcha.
really with the white and black in small town, only thing separate is churching. You don't go to church together, but you're gonna see them at the grocery store. You gonna see them at the schoolhouse.
That's right.
You gonna see them at the games. Y'all play sports together.
That's right.
So you still know as an element there, but at the same time, that's still your brother or your sister because you was raised with them too in that
right.
particular, yeah. So y'all see each other,
Gotcha.
but you just ain't gonna spend all that time. On the weekend, man, go separate ways. Because we might have to do a different activity. And there's always
That's
one
right.
white person who grew up around black people.
Right.
And they gravitate to the culture. So it's always a few of them. And women. Yeah,
And women.
Yeah, so I
Absolutely.
got them in my family, you know. Okay.
Yeah, they
Here
spread
comes
around now.
So with this white girl. So with it. Yeah. I don't know why she's doing that. But
Right.
Yeah, so you get that. You get that.
got you.
Yeah.
So what you do immediately after high school?
Immediately after high school, I would say I tried to go to advanced career training.
Okay.
So where they was teaching computer skills, and some people went for be a travel agent, but they had all kind of different vocational stuff that you could do. So I was into computer, trying to do the computer skill part of it, but I didn't. That wasn't my thing. So I started comedy 18 years old.
Okay.
So once I seen defcomedyjam, I like that's the thing. So I knew because I always knew I had a voice. I just didn't know where the voice lied. So once I seen that, I said, "Oh, that's what." So I went to there to try to have a fallback situation, but no, comedy ran the streets a little bit, tried to follow my brother's footsteps, but I ain't going to jail.
Right.
I'm not going to jail.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, but comedy was always I think that once I found this, that's why I
So
wanted
how
to
did
be.
you find it?
Well, I found Uptown through the Yellow Pages, aging myself. Yellow Pages, yeah, when they used to put them on the porch.
Right. How about that?
Yeah, so they was just
Actual yellow pages.
It was Yellow Pages. It wasn't no internet. You had to go and know your ABCs
Right.
and alphabetical orders.
Yeah.
So they used to put the Yellow Pages on the porch, and I used to make these little cassette tape things. Actually, my nephew is kind of doing that now with YouTube, and because he might want to get into comedy, but I would just make these little recordings, and I thought they were songs to me, because some of them was singing and I was singing some songs, but everybody that listen to it, they would laugh. They were like, "Boy, you crazy," and my mama, "Boy, you crazy.
Right.
You need to be on stage." And then I like stage because I had been I would watch Showtime at Apollo and defcomedyjam and different things, but I didn't know I was really watching comedy. I just knew these people make me laugh, and I know I wanted to make people laugh. So once I found it in the elevator, I said, "What they do comedy out in Atlanta?" And I never forget, I Uptown Comedy Club, I seen it, and I went, and they had the sign at the bottom of the stairs of the Comedy Act Theater. And I said, "Is this the Comedy Act or the Uptown Comedy Club?" But I guess the Comedy Act had just closed, but
Right.
whoever was running Uptown at the time, I don't know who, somebody brought the sign. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they just had a sign from the Comedy Act at Uptown.
Right.
And the line, but you would see the Comedy Act sign like, I don't know if we took over that or whatever it was, but it's like, this is our shit now. So, but I always never forget that. And
That's
it was
true
just,
story.
And when I went, first time I went to the club in Quake, he was the host. And he didn't put me on stage. He found I was 18. And I was with my girl at the time. He like, y'all can't drink nothing, but y'all can watch the show. And he let me watch the show that night, and then I came back and started doing open mics, and I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so I've always loved the art of the comedy, the business side, because that's sometimes gets in the way of the artist and the art of it. But I love the art of stand-up, and I love seeing people laugh, and I love coming up with an idea or something happens, like the fail tonight. Well, I did kind of fall on the stage, but what I said, I said, I need to do a walkthrough.
Right.
I need to do if I ain't played it before, I need to do a walkthrough because I need to feel the grounds under my feet. But I didn't do the walkthrough today. Shut up. So I was working up here already because he like just fair right, and I think the dude got it on the camera. So I'm like, I'm probably gonna be online somewhere with that because that's where we at now. Got your ass.
Right.
So that's my thing. I like to familiarize myself wherever I'm playing at the time. So I take it very serious for the craft of it. But sometimes the business get in the way of the craft of it. But
Gotcha.
I definitely love the standing in front of the people and blessing them, and they blessing me at the same time.
So do you remember the actual first time on stage, and how was that experience?
First time was Uptown on a Tuesday night. I did decent.
Okay.
I've always been like I don't have a big repertoire of he got booed tonight or they got your ass. Now I've always been pretty good at holding the audience attention, even if it wasn't funny yet. They know he working on something. It's gonna happen. No, I was Tuesday night Uptown Comedy Corner. I used to talk about fishing shows and it actually what the hell my change was my first standing ovation joke, and it still works today.
Wow.
Still works today, but that was my first standing ovation. When I did that joke, people would stand up.
Yeah.
And it still works today. So because it's a whole new generation. That was my first okay, I'm on to something right now. Yeah, so you that's why I tell young comedian, you just building. It's like I used to work at Tanner Medical Center in Villa Rica, 13 JTPA program, and summer jobs, and we had to script and buff the flows, and that's what comedy is. You got to script and then
I like that.
Shine it back up.
Yeah.
But you got to script it down first.
Gotcha.
And that's what we are. We script it down.
Right.
Then shine it back. Get all them baseboards, all that stuff out, and then you shine it back up.
That's stuff.
That's all it is. If you continuously do that.
Yeah.
Because there ain't no bit, you can dust it out because it's a gang of people ain't even seen that yet. But we get it caught in our head. Oh, he told that already. He said that already. It don't matter. They don't know that.
Right.
And they bringing somebody sometime just because you do that.
That's correct. That's true.
They can't wait for you to do that. But then you get in your own head and get in your own way. But it's all funny if you buff it down, shine it back up, and don't let it get dusty.
How did you learn, starting at Uptown? Did you have somebody that you studied under? Like, how did you start putting together your craft and putting together jokes? And did you do that on your own? Did you have some help, or how did that work?
I all self-taught. I would say, looking at different people who would come, the professionals who would, like I remember, what's this guy? He used to have a curl, Arturo Shelton. I don't know where he at now, but he was like, he had a little nickname, but he had this slick hair and always had a shiny suit on. Yeah. But he was a professional comedian. And you could tell he was a professional, and he'd be sweating by the end of the night, like, he up there working. But they would always enjoy the presentation. Quake was a great person to just watch of how you just slay an audience. But I remember Steve used to come through. So Uptown always had cats that working, and I was around when Chris first popped.
Yeah. And
then I seen what Star Love looked like. Because they would just say the name.
Right.
Chris Tucker, and I'm like, oh, he's a superstar.
Yeah.
So you see the levels of this thing and how people respond. But I never had no cat say. I had one cat who was from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I don't know where he had a twin brother. His name was Stefan, and we would come have writing sessions and different things. He would try to show me joke structure, and he was good at that. And rest in peace, Tyler Craig, and I came up with Tyler, JJ, Shouty, all that. So sometimes they would have big shows around. So we would have little groups and stuff. But I never really had that older cat at the time say this. Like Quake took me on the road. Cedric the Entertainer was a very instrumental.
Okay.
That was saying he took young cats out. He would call it starting lineup. So cats he enjoyed. So it was between me and JJ, and he said, both of us was country, so he can't have two country dudes on the show. So JJ got all the shows,
right?
And I got about 3, 4. but that was first cat showed me the bus,
Okay.
and face on the side of the bus and the nice hotels. So he showed me another level of this is the class you can go to if you want to take it to this level. So I always was interested in the how the professionals move too, not just we're gonna go to the club, pop the bottle and all that. That's cool, that was good, but I want to see how do you obtain these things, how do you maintain these things. So that's the journey, because you can get there, but then the maintaining. So how do you stay seasoned to be able to maintain it? And what I found out is the cats who at the highest level usually have a team around them, who've been with them a long time, know their likes and dislikes, and is able to help them facilitate all the other stuff. And all you have to do is concentrate on the funny. And everybody else do the business stuff.
Gotcha.
You just concentrate on the funny. But you got to find those people who you trust,
That's right,
who got your back and your best interest in mind. And then the rest is, because like Steve Harvey told me years ago, he said, you been funny, but it's called show business. You got to get your business together. So that's the key. To always, if you can get your business together,
right,
the show will happen, because you ain't worried about all the other stuff. All you got to do is get up there and entertain them people.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
that's part of it.
Do you remember where you were when you realized, on stage, this is what I want to do as my career? This is it for me. This is it for me. Do you remember that moment? Did that moment ever hit you?
I don't know if I always knew when I started it was it for me. I just didn't know. I know I'm not a finished product.
Okay.
So I know I've had some hits, had some misses, but the key is to stay swinging. So I always knew this gonna be it for me. For as career wise, this is what I want. I would like to act and other things along with that, radio, podcast, whatever come from that. But I know stand up is the key to all that.
Okay.
So I want to be on the marquee.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I want to play the Fox. I want to play Phillips and all those. So that keeps me hungry.
Okay.
Because I know I ain't a finished product. But no, I knew from the time I got on stage that Tuesday night open mic that this is the thing.
Gotcha.
But like I said, some of the business side of it, I didn't have an appetite for all the other stuff that comes along with the funny.
Gotcha.
Other people, and
Yeah.
So you have to figure out what you have an appetite for, and then proceed accordingly.
Gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely understand.
Yeah.
So how did this big competition come about, man? That you messed around and slayed and won on national television and all. I mean, how was the introduction to that? Where did it come from?
That was a cold call. Somebody called, but actually I'm a vision guy, so I had a vision board with that show on the vision board with a tour of dates on the vision board. Didn't know if it was coming back. Didn't know nothing about it. And call out the blue one day, says Wanda Sykes and Paige Herzowitz is bringing back Last Comic Standing. I look at my boy like, that's on the board. Would you like to come and audition for it? They didn't give me nothing. They say you will audition. They say you got to prepare 2 minutes. It is at the John Lovett's Club, middle of the daytime. Just like me and you sitting here by 2 people at a desk. You got to go on stage and make them 2 people laugh.
Wow.
So did that, come back tonight with an audience. Came back tonight with an audience, boom. You on the show, boom, boom, each week. I think I'm funny then, but everybody they weren't messing with me like that. And then the white boy kind of, he like, I think I'm funny. But he told me the morning, we had breakfast that morning, and he told me, I'm going to vote against you tonight.
Oh, wow. Really?
Lachlan Patterson, yeah, he told me. Because he was playing, because everybody wanted to be on the tour. Because that's where the money was if you can get on the tour.
Okay.
So top 5 get to go on this tour. And he played the game, just like this board here. He played the game, would say, because nobody's going to challenge you. So I'm going to vote against you tonight so I can be in the thing. And I didn't get but that one vote against me the whole time, and because you had to go head to head. Because I was like, if y'all vote, I don't mind getting on stage and rocking, because that's what I do. But yeah, he told me that morning he voted against me, but he ended up being on the tour, so it worked for him. He was actually the top 3.
Oh,
Me,
wow.
him, and Nikki Carr. But it was one of those things, like I felt like I didn't have to win it, because I felt like I had done enough. Because the winner, what's happened when you win, then you got to go on tour with these 4 people who lost, and they don't like you. Yeah, they don't like you.
Wow.
Yeah, so if they trying to burn you every night.
Every night.
Every night, because I got to close. Nobody leaves till they see the rodman. But they doing round robin, so I got to follow a different person every night.
Yeah.
First we had just a set lineup, and they're like, no, we're going to switch it every night. So I got to do a different energy, but nobody leaves. I got to shake all these handles. So that was my first introduction to, oh, my life is changing. Because people, you get to a theater and they're early to get your autograph or take a picture with you, and then we had to do these meet and greets, and then after the show, but I knew I was, okay, this is life changing, but I didn't know how long. So that's the thing, business side of it.
Okay.
I knew I had the goods, but then the business side of it, people start to pull back. And you're like, why is that happening? Who knows? But the people still like, where's the rodman? I don't like to use the word the gatekeepers, because I don't know who they are. So,
There's a lot of gatekeeper talk.
There's a lot of gatekeeper talk out there. I was like, who's all these gatekeepers? Can you tell me who the gatekeepers is? I need to talk to them. But I did see some gates closing.
Okay.
And I'm like, because I was out the gate. Gone. Fish grease hot.
Right.
And then click, 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 click. No, you can't do this. No, we won't do that. No. I'm like, whoa, you just saying yes. Then it turned into no.
Wow.
Complexion for the collection. Or whatever. You don't play how we won't play.
Yeah.
And then you don't know what it is. So, but you can't wreck your brain. You just got to keep doing your thing.
Right.
But I knew I did see a change in the venues I get to play, because the audience, and it was almost like, I sports analogy. You remember North Carolina, Tar Heel, they used to play the 4 corners.
Sure.
We just gonna hold the ball
Yeah.
till the clock run out. And that's what was happening.
Gotcha.
And then you like, hey, holding the ball. And then so you'll simmer down. People ain't as excited. Now they might, where you go? Where you at? Why you not playing here?
Right.
So they pull some of the, I compared it to, we turn off the water a little bit. Because the water was, river!
Yeah.
River run!
Right.
And then, so we got to turn it off a minute. It's too, because some people like to control that, and God bless you with it, but some people like to say, hey, I made that happen, and if I can't control it, then you can't have it.
How about that?
And that's what happened. So.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's
but
real.
I'm no victim.
Okay.
But I see at the end of the day, you can't never predict how other people who have the power to control certain things share their things. So it ain't always your best interest in mind. So you got to have your best interest. For this stand-up thing and your talent, you have to incubate that. It's like leaving your baby. You ain't just going to leave your baby with just anybody.
Right.
Because they might abuse your baby. And you be like, oh, what happened to my baby? So it's like leaving your comedy, your career in the hands of others. And they don't quite love your baby like you thought. Yeah. And you're like, they abusing my baby.
Right.
Give me my baby back. So I won't leave my kids with nobody no more.
No more.
No more.
Yeah. Taking your baby back.
I'm taking my baby back. Yeah, give me my baby. Yeah, I'll care for my own baby. Yeah,
Right.
I left my baby, and they like, no. And because you don't know the other kids they got to take care of. So they already raising some kids, or they already seen new kids that they like.
Right.
and they might didn't like you like that, so you become a foster child.
Well, you've accomplished a lot though in your career. And you've been doing it how many years now?
I'm let me see, 29.
Yeah. I figure
Next year will be the 30th
years.
anniversary of me first touching the stage.
That's wild.
95.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So tell me, with your accomplishments thus far, what are some of the things that you still want to do?
I would love to star in my own television series.
Okay.
I would love a Rodman world tour, not just the United States, but Canada and surrounding areas.
Okay.
But no, I think the comedy should travel. I would love to do a few movies along the way. I love to do some morning radio. I did a little bit in California with Stevie Wonder on station for about a year. So I enjoyed.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, Stevie would come in on Thursday and do Stevie Wonder Thunder Thursday. We was a big 6 in the morning. And he just do Thursday, big Stevie Wonder Thunder Thursday. He hitting down the keyboard and doing his thing.
Wow.
So I enjoyed those mornings, and so I would definitely like. So just building the Rodman brand out more. Like dude tonight brought me a Rodman jersey. Dennis Rodman. I said no, not the same. Want you to sign that? I got my own Rodman shirts, but yeah. So. That part, just building into the comedian Rodman, as well, because people would do that. Oh, it's like Dennis Rodman, like they used to kill me with that outside. I said, no, it's not like Dennis. Right. I'm a fan of the Worm, the basketball player, but all the ancillary, that's his own thing. But no, it was always just being the best version of myself and building my brand out and letting it grow. I know the stand up has to grow. But I would like to be on TV and movies and I think it's a book in me somewhere.
Okay.
And radio. So all media platforms, I need to be a part of those. So I got that in me. I just ain't built the squad out enough yet. And we're in the process because you gotta find the right pieces.
Right.
To make it work,
That's
to get
right.
across the board. So
Right.
yeah, so that's been my journey of finding the right people to help me achieve all the things that I would like to achieve. But yeah, I know I'm not a finished product.
Got you. So how you adjusted in this how have you adjusted to the social media world versus your world that you came up in?
Yeah, so that's the challenge for Rod.
Okay.
Because I know if I commit at a higher level, I'll be winning at a higher level too. I'm winning, but I could be winning at a high. I could have more championships instead of one championship. I could cut down some more nets.
Got you.
But it's a I came up and you just had to be funny. And you get on that stage and rock the people.
Right.
So internet funny is a different kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not a big skit guy, but I watch Saturday Night Live and all that good stuff came over. I love Eddie Murphy and all that. But for me, the internet, I'll have to find my lane on it. I know I'm not going to be the skit guy, but if I got like a podcast or some content that we already like, I put a lot of stand up because that's what I do. Mm-hmm. But I think it's a great vehicle. It definitely should be a part of any performer package because you ain't just got new people on it. You got Will Smith, Martin Lawrence. So everybody's on it. But for me personally, I need somebody who can run it.
Got you.
I don't want to run it.
Got you.
I want to run. I got somewhere else to run.
Right.
You run it in my vision, in my voice. But
Yeah.
I don't have time because I like to live life. I don't like to post life.
How about that?
Yeah. So a lot of just posting life.
Yeah.
But if you're living, you don't have time to post.
Yeah.
Because you're in the process of living it. But if we all become actors on the stage, then what's real anymore? Are we all just actors?
Mm-hmm. Literally. Yeah. Literally.
So that's the thing. So if we all bop, 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 bop. Your kids gonna be performing. Everybody perform. Get the baby. Get there. Get there. So when are we just here? When are we present? If we always looking for the next. So I was just talking to a cat I came up with. He's a rapper dude, and I say that the new drug is attention.
That's facts.
That's the new
facts.
drug.
Yeah.
Everybody wants attention. Now
Yeah.
you just, and he said, I used to coach these little kids and he say, that's where it starts, at childhood. So everybody's 2 and 3 year old now. And want who can get the most attention.
That true story.
So
That's true story.
So are we all gonna get on the attention drug? So
Hey,
that's what I see.
That can't be argued, man.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So that's my battle with. I'm like,
I got you.
yeah.
I got you.
Because if you're good, they'll find you, and somebody will post it or need to post it. But I can't live my life always looking for attention.
Got you.
Because I like me.
Yeah.
But if you say you like me, do that mean I'm more likable or there's more likes?
Yeah.
So I get it, but everything is an experiment in society.
Got you.
So everything's an experiment.
Got you. So listen, you tour the country. You see the number of actual black-owned comedy clubs that's left in the country. What's your thoughts on that? Of how few
Dismal.
that-
We're not doing it at the level we should. And that's part of, people controlling the career. Because if we incubated more of our talent and fostered and developed more careers, the right way, not the wrong way, because as I tour the country and go to these other clubs who have their guys and their girls who they develop and I remember such right here. So you have to create an environment where younger comedians who come in are able to grow in that space. We don't want to keep you here. We want to tell the story that you started here, and we gave you the stage time to develop, and we taught you the business of comedy. Because when I go to those other, they're teaching the business of comedy.
Okay.
Not just, that nigga funny.
Right.
Okay, you funny. But it's business side too. So we got to teach you that, and then that's going to drive you more to understand, oh, I can make this a career, not just be funny tonight or not just do it to sell something tonight or get a piece of pussy, whatever you're trying to do.
Right.
So we had to see what you want from it, and then we had to set up a system in place where to help them develop those things. Because everybody don't want the same thing.
True.
So everybody comes through here do not want the same thing.
Very true.
So you have to see what people want and what they're trying to get out of it. But yeah, we had to teach. We had to have more black clubs, black owned and we had to have, like, this could be a chain. Like I think it's Chuckles, this, and who else we got?
Nate Jackson
in Tacoma.
Yeah.
And what? We still on one hand.
Yeah. It's only 5 left
Right.
in the entire country.
Right. So why is that? We got the Funny Bone Improv, the Heliums, the different. So, but those guys all talk, and those guys help each other, and those guys identify talent early on and say, I'm going to give you the proper space to grow in, and they teach them the business side of it too. Like when I go in them white clubs and you go in the green room, they talking about business. They doing funny, but they are. Oh, you got to do this to get on the Tonight Show. You got to do this. You got to have a 5-minute set. That's all you need to get on the Tonight Show, a 5-minute clean set. And then they're going to broaden your horizon if you want to do the Tonight Show. We don't have ourselves. That's just like, comedy clubs just like late night. We should be more in late night.
Did you ever think about just what you just said earlier about kind of what happened to you in terms of how those doors were closing and people started, it's the same kind of thing with the black comedy clubs, though. Those same people close those doors and they don't give you access to people.
Well, you just said the word.
Access. They don't give you access.
Yeah. So yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, because you get
because those guys do talk and they lock you out.
And when you do mainstream, what I did notice too, they used to always say, "Do you want to?" At agencies, do you want to do? Do you want to do black club? I'm like, yeah, I want to do everybody. That's where I started at. Just cause y'all, cause I know y'all might just like me now, but they always gonna like me because they understand me. They got my story in them somewhere too. So, but no, I'm always interested in how do we grow and be more because we got the talent, and most of those clubs that's owned by others are driven by urban comedy.
100%.
How about that?
100%.
That's they hottest night or the hottest act that come.
100%.
That's how we eating.
100%.
So I know you like it.
Yeah.
But you have your pick sometime. But I know you like it at the end of the day. So yeah. So if we do that, why we can't do that over here too? You can still do that, but you can do that.
That's the question.
Well,
is why they can't do that too?
Well, is the mentality, because sometimes we do feel, and I'll say it, white is right.
There you go.
And that ain't always right is right, not white is right. Just right is right.
Yeah.
And if it's right, then we do the business. If it's wrong, can we make it right? If we can't make it right, we got to go over here because it ain't right. But we had to hold ourselves to higher standards, higher.
100%.
Yeah, and I would say it's the field of dream. You build it, they will come.
Yeah.
So if you build it in the right way, in the vision, your original vision, not just because money don't go nowhere. Money's not faithful. She gonna mess around with everybody.
Sure.
Yeah, so
she is indeed.
She is. So she gonna move around. So every move can't just be the money move.
That's right.
It has to be, okay, we gonna get to the money, but what's the right move for where we at right now?
That's right.
So that's my 2 cents.
Gotcha. I appreciate that. So listen, man, I do a top 5 kinds of conversations on Tuesday nights. So I always like to end this on the top 5.
Okay, top 5 of who?
Give me your. I'm gonna get to you.
Okay.
We never do comedies. Don't worry about it. Yeah, we never do comedy.
Okay.
Give me your top 5 R&B songs of all time. Your top 5 R&B songs.
R&B song.
Yeah.
Oh, top 5. That's no particular order. I'm just gonna throw out something that pop in my mind right now, and I'm sure I'm gonna leave out a lot of great R&B songs. I mean, we got so much great music. That's crazy. But I was on classic this morning, so I did hear some R&B, old school. Your mama and them music. Lenny Williams. Was somewhere in my top 5.
All right.
You know, we don't like to give Kels his due, but I grew up under Kels.
I give him his due.
Well, you know, hate the act, don't hate the music.
Right.
So I hate the other part of it, but the music. So the 12-play album, any song on that. So I just say that the whole album was
Grand Slam.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So yeah, and so I give Kels in there somewhere in them songs.
Yeah.
Top somewhere Al Green.
Okay.
Love and Happiness.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna go Al on you.
All right. I like it.
Curtis Mayfield somewhere in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm your pushing man. Some one of them songs, and I probably say Isaac Hayes for somewhere in there too.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm old school like that. Yeah. So
that's old school.
yeah. So
You listen to your mama songs.
Your mama song because anything we listen to after that was from that.
That's right.
So I like the original better than the copies.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, that would be all them in top 5. And, you know, anything from, you know, let me see, I got to give a lady some love. Let me give a lady some love. Who would be my I opened for Patti LaBelle one time.
Oh, wow.
So Patti is great. I would say Glad at Night.
Okay.
And, of course, I raised, you know, TLC and all those groups are great. SWV, what they doing the R&B thing now.
Yeah.
Escape. So all that music was my high school child. So all those great, but
gotcha.
Nah, but my top 5 is those.
Okay.
I
respect that.
Yeah.
Everyone else. Hey, listen, man. Rob, man, it's been enjoyable, man. I appreciate your time. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you again, brother. Appreciate coming down here and rocking out Uptown Comedy Corner, man. We're glad to have you back.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here, man.
This is another edition of the Sit Down at Uptown with man Rob, man, and we out.
All right.